Welcome everyone. Anin Bojo Kwe. Gitiganing Kwe Indigenous Cause, Nipissing Dunjaba Shengwe Shedodam, Minogishagad. I am Gala Fleur, the manager of the Mamadoswood Center at Algonquin College. I'm pleased to be here to open today's final event of the Taking a Stand initiative, Disrupting Black and Indigenous Racism Week, to introduce the amazing award-winning music duo Twin Flames. This week is an important part of the ongoing efforts involving many members of the Algonquin College community who are committed to the conversations and action required to address racism in all its forms. In particular, I want to thank the Taking a Stand team who worked to coordinate this session. I am pleased to be able to sponsor this event on behalf of the Mamadoswood Center. Because anti-racism and inclusion efforts don't stop at learning events, let me take a moment and share other ways the college is working to make sure Algonquin is a place where everyone belongs. Specifically, we are working this week to raise funds for the James McNulty Bursary, which is given based on financial need to an Indigenous, Black, or a new Canadian practical nursing student. If you are able to support these learners, please take action and make a gift. The donation link is in the chat. We are diversifying our general education and degree breadth courses and have opened a call for proposals, inviting faculty to suggest courses for development on the topic of Indigenous culture, reconciliation, equity, diversity, and inclusion. We have saved a seat for Black, Indigenous, and people of color, BIPOC employees with leadership aspirations in our employee mentoring program. Employees are invited to express interest now for our 2021 program. You will find more details about these efforts on the Taking a Stand website. Before we welcome our speaker today to take us further into this conversation, I want to acknowledge I'm opening this event from the unceded and unsurrendered territory of the Algonquin and Anishinaabe people. Algonquin College is working towards reconciliation, and this acknowledgement is just a small reminder of that large commitment. With this, please allow me to introduce Twin Flames, a musical duo that takes listeners on a musical journey across Canada and the Arctic, echoing the voices of their ancestors and depicting life on the land. Together, Chelsea June, who is Métis, and Jaji, who is Inuk and Mohawk, represent the Indigenous groups in Canada, Inuit, First Nations, and Métis. Their songs are written in English, French, and Inuktitut. Through music, they share the beauty of their cultures and incorporate both traditional Indigenous and Western instruments. This interactive show features original songs, thought-provoking stories, and an introduction to Canada's history, past, present, and future from an Indigenous perspective. Audiences will also learn about realities that Inuit and Indigenous people face today and historical moments that led to a changed way of life through stories and songs. On this note, let's give a warm welcome to Twin Flames, and here they are.
Hi, how's everyone doing today?
Hey.
We're just going to make sure everybody can hear us and everything is good to go.
Did you unmute it?
I did unmute it. Okay, they can see and hear. We're good.
Hey. Yeah, you bunga. Nuna miyak. Mana adwa mi ngulak tungatamani. Algonquin territory me. My name is Yayi. I hail from the Arctic, the region of Nunavik, a little town called Hortak. Happy to be standing here on Algonquin territory.
And I'm Chelsea June. I'm from the Ottawa area, born and raised. And Yayi and I are a musical group called Twin Flames. We're so happy to be a part of this amazing event today for Algonquin College. And we're going to take you on a bit of a journey with us, share our stories and a little bit about our cultures. So between Yai and I, we represent 3 Indigenous groups in Canada. Yai is Inuit and Mohawk, and I am Métis. So yeah, we'll talk a lot more about that as our show starts and continues. So the first song we're going to sing is called Pero Sauta Tsunga.
Pretty close. It's called Pero sa Tautsunga. I was very fortunate to be raised by my grandparents on my maternal side, on the Inuit side. And traditionally, obviously, this is what happened way back when, where the first child was adopted by the grandparents. And under my circumstances, it was obviously different. But I got to experience the gracious lifestyle of what my ancestors have gone through for thousands of years. And one of the biggest thing that I took from that was the respect, where you have no choice to respect what's out there, the land, the animals, and all the teachings that are there. And that song is about that. It's a song in my mother tongue, in Inuktitut. Again, Pero sa Tautsunga, and it means my upbringing.
Aulai bunga ilesa tautsunga Ullo memo tiuma tara Pero saro tigilau takane Aulai bunga Anana mau kau sere lautangi Tigo meataka Inni ape Bitianya kote Ikayok tau galine Ikayo na kote Aulai bunga Ilesa Tautsunga Olo memo tiuna tara Atadaganun makainiming Ilesa Daulau Runga Umayo piercing in the Dakota Tautsunga Nanining in there Sunauning in there Adonang me Angunasun me Aulai bunga Ilesa Tautsunga Ulo memo tiuma tara Oh
Thank you so much.
Nagokmik, in my language, Nagokmik means thank you, or in my dialect anyways.
Nakugmik Yai. So being Métis, I myself am Algonquin Cree and French Canadian, all mixed into one person. And that hasn't always been easy for me. Growing up in Ottawa, I didn't have a lot of access to other Métis people. And also my family felt that they had to hide it for a few generations. And so I think in reclaiming who I am and as an Indigenous woman has been really important and crucial in my development as a person, but also learning to honor all the different sides that make me a human being. You know, being a Métis, it's like I live in two worlds all the time. And I hate having to feel like I have to choose one world over the other. And that's always been a conflict that I've had to deal with. And so when you deal with identity and culture and all of these things that make up yourself, for myself, I always found it a little difficult. And so this song, Plain Song, is about being proud of who you are and where you come from, no matter where that is, because I think that is so important. And I wish I would have learned it a lot earlier in life, to just be proud, to just be proud of every part that makes me who I am. And, you know, many of our Indigenous youth struggle with that as well, struggle with identity, struggle with being mixed, struggled with not speaking their languages. And so Plain Song is a reminder to just be proud.
Hi, 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 hi. 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 Put in our place, told we'd belong. Scared to speak up, scared we'd be wrong. What if in that moment we stood tall? Refused to surrender, refused to fall. Hi, 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 hi. 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 Dare to reach out, don't feel alone. Stand all together and stand strong. For we can be the change we wish to see. It's all up to you, it's up to me. Stand proud and sing it. Hi, 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 hi. You can sing along. Hi, 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 hi. Just like saying hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. Dare to stand out, don't be the same. Soar like the eagle in your veins. Be proud of who you are and what remains. Look in the mirror and sing. Hi, 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 hi. 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 Listen to the voice that's deep inside. The one that tells you not to hide. Don't follow the path that lies ahead. Make your own road instead. Stand proud and sing it. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi.
Hi. Chimigwich, thank you, in my Algonquin language. One really incredible thing that happened when we were performing a few summers ago is this amazing Cree elder came up after our show and she said, I loved your Hi Hi song. And I was just, you know, we were both so grateful for her amazing compliments. And she said, did you know that in Cree, when we say Hi Hi, we're actually saying thank you to Creator. Thank you for letting us breathe another breath and to wake up another morning. And I just thought, what a beautiful teaching to have been shared with both Yaya and I. And so it's something that I hold very close to my heart. I also hold very close to my heart my drum. My drum is an indigenous drum, and this is made out of elk hide. And the handle here is made out of antler, and the frame is made out of wood. And so the drums traditionally were not always played by women, but they are now. And also, we're never supposed to just go out and buy our drums. Usually they're supposed to be gifted to us. And so my drum was gifted to me by Yai. As you'll see here on the drum as well, I have the Métis sash. But the Métis sash belongs to the Métis from the west of Canada. But the reason I have this on my drum is because as Métis people here in this country, there's been so much divide amongst us. So I keep that to represent my love for all Indigenous groups here in Canada.
This is one of my favorite sounds, what she's about to explain. Yeah. You know, we feel very privileged every time we stand up on stage and we're able to talk about our stories and our instruments as well.
Yeah. This is an Indigenous spirit flute, an instrument that I fell in love with instantly. And it's been a huge part of reclaiming who I am as a person in relearning traditional instruments. And it seems like I've known how to play them all along, which is something quite magical. The spirit flute has been around for thousands of years. Different variations of it exist all around the world. And so they're made of wood, and they all come in different keys of music. And so the smaller the flute, the higher the pitch. The larger the flute, the lower the pitch. And so the song we're going to sing is called Sohagit. That's in Inuktitut.
Sohagit means, why don't you come and have a chat with me? Tell me what's going on. Not literally, but I would say it's along those lines. You know, I think that with in today's age, we've learned how to not communicate so good anymore, and I think that we have to take that back. You know, once upon a time, you know, we talk to trees and talk to the sky and talk to the water, but these days we're talking to a screen. And I think that has caused a lot of unease on people, especially now with the pandemic, you know, having to be 6 feet apart or sometimes even apart, period. We have to take those back and learn how to be communicative again, because if we don't know what's going on with the next person or the world, we won't be able to solve it together.
Mm-hmm. And communication is so important, you know, moments like today where we're invited to speak to all of you. To Yaya and I, that is reconciliation. You know, it's a conversation, it's communication. And so thank you all so much for listening with open hearts and open ears. This is Sohagit.
Gavale Rabe Kabang Hatu Imine Takubunga So Hai Kaidao Resunamo Kabak Rekangalo Akida Akidanga Ugo Kabanato imini mikilite konga ane rabe kabanato umatini sana konga so hai ai lao resunamo kabak khanga lo Tamava bunga ang utiot sungalo Ukuama bunga isumaluti lirake Asusungo ekalo sunga lani umito I'm so sorry. Ilan yung ito ko nga. I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much. You know, each time when I hear the part of the song that says, I'm so sorry, it makes me think of the national apology that went out regarding residential schools here in this country. And there's just still so much work to be done. But apologizing is always a first step, acknowledging that it did indeed happen. You know, as a result of colonialism and residential schools and intergenerational trauma, Indigenous people have gone through so much and continue to go through so much. But I admire our resiliency. In 2015, we were invited to the Indigenous Music Awards, and when we were there in Winnipeg, we met this amazing man. And he asked if he could take a selfie with Yaya and I and his little sister. And of course, we were super honored. And so we waited for the man to come back over with his sister, but instead he handed us a picture. And he said it was a picture frame. And he explained that his sister had been missing for over 20 years and they never had any answers. His story was just the first of hundreds of stories that we heard, you know, in the years that came after that, of missing family members, murdered family members. And Yaya and I were invited multiple times to perform at inquiry meetings, and just sitting in those rooms and listening to the stories was just totally devastating. And so our way of processing life in the world is through music. And so we wrote the song Porch Light. And when we did write this song, we wrote it with the man that we met in mind. But it also went out to all the families for the missing and murdered Indigenous women here in Canada and the United States. This is Porch Light.
I leave the porch light on just in case, hoping that door swings and I see your face, and I'll leave
And I keep your photograph to this day, wishing and hoping that
you're okay, and I'm missing you now. I never ngapi takon nai gabe, kitsa ko ngatili tau lau gabe, sangna ko nga anita ko ne gabe, takahabunga. Walls of same, love remains, all this hurts inside me. Call your name to this day, wish you were home beside me. We've left the bedroom in its place, posters and memories unerased, and I'll leave standing in a doorway, I hold back my tears. Seems just like yesterday, although it's been years, and I'm missing you now. I never nga pitaka na gabe Kitsa ko nga tilitaw law gabe Sana ko nga anitaw ko na gabe Takabo nga Walls the same, love remains All this hurts inside me Call your name to this day Wish you were home beside me I leave the porch light on just in case Hoping that door swings and I see your face And
Your name to
I'll
stay.
leave
Beside me.
I leave the porch light on just in case Open that door swings and I see your face And I'll leave
Thank you so much.
Nakalmik. It's always a tough one. A lot of emotion.
For sure. Especially the times we're living now. You know, it's not easy on anyone. You know, there are a lot of really sad stories, a lot of sad history when we talk about Indigenous peoples here in Canada. But as I mentioned before, there is so much resiliency and there's so much to be proud of. You know, one of the things that Yaya and I acknowledge is how lucky we are, how fortunate we are to have a public voice and be able to perform on stages across Canada and internationally, because not that many years ago, our brothers and sisters had to fight really, really hard to have their voices heard and to be on stages. And so we are always very, humbled by that. In order for us to do that, we had to be dreamers, right? And I think dreams are so, so important. Doesn't matter who you are. They're what keep us going. They're what make us create goals and, milestones and help us to look back at the things in our lives that helped us get to where we are today. Yaya and I have had an incredible musical journey, and we have to pinch ourselves many times, pinch ourselves moments. And so Dreamer is actually was a theme song that we were asked to write for a theater company, a musical that toured across Canada a few summers ago. But it also reflects on our own life as well, and just how much dreams are important to us. So be those dreamers. Dream bigger than you could ever imagine. And I think one of the things that I find so cool is that sometimes our dreams, we could dream so big and then real life surpassed our dreams.
Now, once upon a time, when I was a young lad, I wanted to be a policeman. I ended up doing that for 12 years. I also wanted to be a politician. Didn't get to quite do that, but I think we do touch on that with our music. Go figure. But going from policeman to being a musician, why not?
It's never too late. This is Dreamer.
They say you're a dreamer, you know you're a believer, 'cause you see something that they can't.
A vision inside you,
It's been there from the start.
oh you know,
It's
something they can't see. Oh, you see it in your dreams at night, a place where all seems to be right.
Every boy and every girl help each other in this world.
They say you're a dreamer, but you're a different kind.
You'll get it right this time. You'll get it right this time. You, keepers of all our tomorrows. You, with the will to take away our sorrows. You, with the strength to make a change. You, your dreams and our dreams are the same. They say you're a dreamer. Imagine a future where no one goes hungry into the night. Oh, you see it in your dreams at night, a place where all seems to be right. Every boy and every girl help each other in this world. They say you're a dreamer, but you're a different kind. You'll get it right this time. You'll get it right this time. Take it away, Yai. They say you're a dreamer, a light that's eager to erase the darkness in others' hearts. They say you're a dreamer, but you're a different kind. You'll get it right this time. You'll get it right this time. You'll get it right this time.
In the beautiful
You'll
world.
get it right this time.
In the beautiful
You'll
world.
get it right this time.
In the beautiful world.
Awesome.
Nagokmiik. Oh, so nice to be playing music. I hope everyone can still hear us and there's no weird lag happening. Technology, right? But we've all adapted. And I think for us, we feel very fortunate that we can continue to do our dream. And, you know, I guess we are one of the lucky ones. And, you know, we just really appreciate being a part of this with you all.
Yes. So we're going to go down history lane a little bit. Inuit were nomadic, and so they would travel with the seasons, and they would go where the animals were and where was the best place to make shelter. These are all stories that I've learned from my husband, Yai, and also from meeting so many wonderful Inuit all across the Arctic. And so Inuit, because they were nomadic, they would travel by sled dogs, right, Yai?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was, yeah. I mean, I got to experience it when we reclaimed the dogs back. But like Chelsea says, this is a little rundown history lane. I'm sure some of you have heard of this story, but if not, well, unfortunately, once upon a time, our nomadic ways got halted by the government, and the government wanted to make communities, and they decided that they were going to eliminate all the dogs. So they sent the RCMP to slaughter all of our dogs. And in that history, unfortunately, a lot of our people still suffer from that today. Not to be doom and gloom all the time, but at the same time, just to understand where we are coming from when we are as people, the different situations that we are put in on a daily basis. One of the things that happened was the snowmobile was created after that. The problem with the snowmobile is kind of like that jalopy car you probably owned once upon a time. You know, it
Maybe
breaks
even
down.
own today.
Yeah, and you know, unfortunately, the things break. You know, the dogs were able to find their way home in the blizzard, or maybe even pull out their master that fell into the ocean. A snowmobile, unfortunately, will take you down, and you know, it's expensive. You know, but you know, fast forward to the 80s, 80s, mid 80s. I remember growing up watching my older brother slash uncle take out his dogs, and it was great to see that. It was great to see our people start to come back with those ways. And today, dog teaming or dog mushing whereas we call ivakak is galloping through the tundra with your dog team, or trotting, and so that's the I guess the happy ending.
The happy ending.
And this song that we're about to sing for you is called Broke Down Skitok. Again, it's in Inuktitut, and it's a song basically about every part of that machine breaking down. You fix it, something else breaks, especially at -50, -60 in the tundra.
Right? I encourage you all as well to look up the documentary called Okpik's Dream, OKPIK apostrophe S, Okpik's Dream. And that's actually a documentary made about Yayi's older brother, Harry, and how hard he's worked to bring back dog mushing into Nunavik, Quebec. And so it's a really inspirational story. It's also a difficult story to hear, but I think a really important part of Canadian history. And so also on our YouTube, you'll be able to see our music video for Broke Down Skituk, and it actually has historical footage of the first ever snowmobiles that made it up to the Arctic. So this is Broke Down Skituk, and you can sing along if you'd like. It broke down. It broke down. I love that song. It's always so much fun. So Yayi, that was not Inuit throat singing.
No.
It was an Inuit throat boxing.
Yeah. I will never claim that I throat sing because I am not a woman. It belongs to our women. It's not a sex thing, but it's something that it has been for thousands of years. A way of coping with time. It's a pastime between two women that maybe have been waiting for their husband for 2-3 months while they are out looking for food to feed for the whole village or the settlement or even just that family alone. And, it's a friendly competition between those two to see which one would last the longest. And often these are noise depictions of the land, of the air, of nature, anything related to our culture. And I will never say that I do throat sing. It is something that we have an inkling of to have this conversation as we are right now, because even that once upon a time was taken away from our people because it was believed to be a form of demonic prayers. And this was unfortunately taken away as well. Now it is back, it's thriving. And I'm sure if you Google or YouTube throat singing, Inuit throat singing, you'll see some amazing stuff.
Yeah, we do that to touch on educational purposes. So if we think about amazing Canadians that have done so much to help Indigenous peoples, does any one person come to mind? I know for both Yaya and I, there's definitely one person that comes to mind right off the top, and that is Gord Downie. If you don't know who Gord Downie was, he was the lead singer for the Tragically Hip, which was a pretty famous Canadian band. But unfortunately, Gord got pretty sick a few years ago. But in his last 2 years of life, he decided to dedicate it to raising awareness around residential schools and reconciliation. And for that, as Indigenous people, we're forever grateful for all he did. And so this is a cover song of the Tragically Hip, Grace 2, and it's on our brand new album, Omen. And we were, so fortunate to get the blessing from the Downie Wenjet Foundation, as well as the Downie family.
He said I'm fabulously rich. Come on, let's go. She kinda bit her lip. Geez, I don't know, but I can guarantee there'll be no knock on the door, 'cause I'm a total pro. That's what I'm here for. I come from downtown, born and ready for you, armed with will and determination and grace to her. Grace, grace to secret rules of engagement are hard to endorse when the appearance of conflict meets the appearance of force. But I can guarantee there'll be no knock on the door, 'cause I'm a total pro here. That's what I'm here for. I come from downtown, born and ready for you. Armed with strength and its frustration, grace to her. Grace, 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 grace to It's always such a fun one to play. See how we're doing on.
Yeah, 10.
All right. Battlefield?
Sure.
All right. We're going to sing you a brand new song. So a lot of our songs, you know, we write all of our songs ourselves. Very rarely do cover songs. But you know, Battlefields is a song that we wrote for our brand new album, Omen, and it's a very fitting song for the times I think that we're living right now as the human race. I think, you know, COVID-19 has really pushed every human being to the limits in many, many ways. And so Battlefields is a song about mental health, but it's also, you know, to raise awareness that we're not alone in all of it. You know, I think that's the problem with mental health issues, is that sometimes we can feel so alone when we're going through things. So this song Battlefields is just kind of, you know, showing that, you know, people maybe that have never had a mental health problem in their lives are maybe experiencing that right now during these really challenging times. And so collectively we're less alone. But also in our Indigenous communities, you know, we have so many of our people that struggle, and you know, there's a lot of stereotypes around that struggle that are very hurtful. But when people understand the bigger picture and all the things that have happened in order for, you know, trauma to be a result on our people, then they can understand a little bit more of why things happen. In the Arctic, there's the highest amount of suicides in the entire world per capita. And Yayi and I spend a lot of time touring in the Arctic and visiting schools and trying to just bring some hope and remind people to dream. And so this song is called Battlefields.
Maybe I haven't put in the time. Maybe I haven't paid my dues. This life full of deception, which reflection is true? In search of the answers, what's wrong and what's right? Pursuit of perfection, got a battlefield in my mind. We've all,
We've all,
we've all, we've all. I'm trying to lead a good life. I'm fighting on the inside. Unataka nga, unataka nga haritagane, unataka nga isumagane, Unatakonga tangnekane Unatakonga umatigane Unatakonga isumagane
I'm trying to lead a good life. I'm fighting on the inside.
Unatakonga Unatakonga
Isumagani, Isumagani. We've all got battlefields in our minds.
Kharetarane
Thoughts are racing and intertwined.
Umatigane
We've all got battlefields in our minds.
Isumagane
Things we run from and leave behind. We've all, 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 we've all.
Unatakonga
Maybe I haven't put in the time.
Unatakonga
Maybe I haven't paid my dues. This life of deception, which reflection is true. We've all got our battlefields.
Thank you. Well, that takes us to our very last song.
Nakukmeik. Yeah, we truly appreciate all of this, and I hope that everyone is doing okay. And you know, there are people out there that are waiting to listen, and we are not alone.
We hope you've enjoyed this hour with us. We truly have. Again, I'm Chelsea June, and this is Yai, and we are called Twin Flames. The very last song we're going to sing for all of you is called Human. And Human is a song that we are really proud of. It is UNESCO's official song to celebrate 2019's International Year of Indigenous Languages. And so Yai and I were commissioned to write this song through Folk Alliance International, and it was just the hugest honor to be asked to write this song. And so this song has been shared all over the world. It's been translated into over 300 different languages, and it is in Inuktitut, English, and French. We also shot the music video right here in the Ottawa area, and we did it in collaboration with Nunavut Sivut. No,
Sivuniksavut,
Sivuniksavut. See, I'm still practicing too.
which means our future.
That's amazing. So the Nunavut College here in Ottawa. And the collaboration was amazing because so many of the students got to appear in the music video, and it meant so much to Yai and I. But the whole music video is shot in black and white as well, because we wanted to just say, you know, we're all human, we're all people, and we're all sharing this planet together. And it's our job to make it better for our children than it was for us. And so you are our future. And thank you so much again for your open hearts and open ears. Human. Inuit means the people. Anishinaabe means the people. So we are all human. We are all people.
One of the most important things as well in those words, when I say inuvunga, I'm also saying I'm alive. And I think that we are all the same because we are all alive. We're all human beings on this earth.
Ukhawsirakunga pitu hakjaming sivole pavanot atoktola tuming tigo mekunga kayusine kara angayokaka no do khaya lauman. I have a language that was born with time, passed on through generations, one of a kind. Keep it close to me, close to my heart, share for all to hear. I will do my part. Ubigo supo n'est pas trop tard, il n'est pas trop tard. We are all the human race. Il faut faire l'effort, il n'est pas trop tard. Bigo supunga.
I am proud
Ino ka ma.
of who
I am human. I am people. I am human. I am people.
Our elders say we were given our languages from the animals, from the trees, yet we cut them down. Many things have been taken from our people, yet we are still here. Our languages are not lost, but simply resting, waiting to be reawakened.
We are human.
Sing it with us.
We are people. Everybody now. We are human. We are people. We are human. We are We are human.
Thank you so much, Algonquin College, for having us. Chi Miigwech. You can check us out, www.twinflamesmusic.com. And thank you again to Mask.
Nakok Meek. Again, that means thank you. Remember, we're all the same. We may have different shades of skin. We may have different backgrounds, different politics and religion, but we are all the same. Thank you for joining us, and have yourselves an awesome day.
Holy folks, Nakulmik, hi, Chimigwech, Nyawan Goa, so wonderful. I don't have the words to say how awesome you folks are and how inspiring. I know it's not the same, that we don't have the audience in front of you. And I know that was a highlight when you played at the Mammadosewin Center a few years ago and got to interact with our Indigenous Studies students and with our Pathways to Indigenous Empowerment students as well. And I just wanted to say on behalf of everyone at the Mammadosewin Center and the whole team at Taking a Stand, Chimigwech to everyone for joining us today. Twin Flames, Chelsea June and Yayi, I know that you reached many hearts and many minds today, and thank you to everyone who have put your minds and hearts together to honor these important conversations that have happened throughout this week. And what a beautiful way to end on such an inspiring and uplifting note. So Chimigwech, and from all of us at Algonquin College, safe travels and